Thank you all for attending today's press conference. This is merely to provide you with updates in terms of where we are in this current investigation. Yesterday evening, December 22nd, 2020, at approximately 10:36 p.m., troopers assigned to Troop L in Litchfield were dispatched to the area of Route 8 northbound, exit 37 in the town of Watertown for what was initially reported as a motor vehicle accident. Upon the arrival of troopers, the driver of this UPS truck was located and discovered to be the victim of an assault. EMS was immediately contacted and arrived to the scene and was able to transport this victim to an area hospital where he later succumbed to his injuries. As a result of the now homicide investigation, detectives from the Western District Major Crime Squad were requested to respond to the scene and assume the investigation. They were quickly able to identify a suspect who has been identified as Elijah David Bertrand, who is described as a white male who stands about approximately 5 feet 7 inches tall, with long black hair that lengths down to his shoulders, blue eyes, last seen wearing jeans and a white jacket. We're asking members of the public, if you do happen to know this suspect or have any information regarding his whereabouts, to contact detectives as soon as possible. The contact number is 860-626-7900. Again, that contact number is 860-626-7900. Avoid making contact. We're just asking you to contact detectives as soon as possible if you do happen to see the suspect or know of his whereabouts. At this point, I'll try to answer any questions that you may have.
And Trooper, I'm sorry to interrupt. Do you believe that this suspect, Mr. Bertrand, is a UPS employee? Is that correct?
Based on some of the information that we have, we do know that he is employed with UPS. The exact capacity of his employment, unsure at the exact moment.
So these guys sound like they were co-workers, or these people, I guess, because you didn't identify the victim. Do you have any information about what may have led up to this assault, which turned into a murder?
So we do know that the suspect and the victim are known to each other. The extent of their relationship is unknown at this point. In terms of the motive that led this suspect to commit this crime, again, that is also unknown at this point.
But the suspect was working with the victim at that time, right? Is that correct?
Based on our belief at this point, that sounds to be correct.
Is there a murder weapon recovered?
So we're confident that a weapon that was located at the scene may be connected to the crime itself. But again, this is extremely early. The Office of the Chief Medical Examiner will be conducting an autopsy to determine the cause and manner of death. And at that point, we'll have a little bit more information that we can provide.
Can you describe the weapon?
I wouldn't be able to describe that weapon at this point.
Were they traveling in the same car? Do you know?
Based on our understanding, that appears to be the fact.
And can you tell us about the injuries that the victim sustained before passing away? In other words, do we know if it was shooting or stabbing?
Once we have some type of definitive information that comes from the Chief Medical Examiner, we'll be able to provide that information as well.
Are you looking for the suspect in a particular area?
So we were able to establish a perimeter shortly after the incident. Canine handlers were dispatched to the scene in order to help locate this suspect, which yielded negative results. But again, we're asking anyone who has any information regarding the suspect's location to just contact detectives.
Mr. Trooper, I don't want to be an alarmist here, but obviously you have someone who you believe is capable of pretty violent actions here. Still on the loose, so obviously you've got to be pretty concerned.
Absolutely. There's definitely that concern for the community, which is exactly why we're putting this information out. Based on what we know at this time, it doesn't appear this appears to be a isolated incident. But again, that information is preliminary and again subject to change. But again, as soon as we have any definitive information, we'll be able to provide that.
Does Mr. Bertrand have a history of violent actions that you know about, and also can you tell us his last known address or anything like that?
Based on our understanding, his last known address is at a Coventry. But again, we'll be able to provide you information regarding any type of criminal history, maybe at a later date in time.
I know you told people not to approach him. Should he be considered armed, or you think that that's not an issue anymore?
This individual is definitely considered dangerous. Any individual that would commit such a violent crime should be approached with caution. In terms of whether or not he's armed at this very moment, I can't say that with absolute certainty. What I can say is that a weapon was located on scene that we believe to be connected to the crime itself. But again, if you are going to be approaching, or if you are going to see this individual, if you see this individual, we're asking you to avoid making contact and contact detectives as soon as possible.
And Trooper, are you releasing any information about the victim? I don't know if you specified gender, age, anything like that.
Information regarding the victim in this incident will be released upon the successful completion of the autopsy and next of kin notification.
And did you mention his gender? Is it a male or female? Can you release that?
I can't release that at this moment. Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you.